What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tonyd2wild checking in once again, back with the review of the upcoming Nike Air 180 Ultramarine. So we have today the Ultramarine, and these are actually set to release today, or at least when I drop this video, I believe I'm gonna be dropping it the day of the release. And in my humble opinion, I think these are gonna sell out. That's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong, and if I'm wrong, it's still gonna be put in the video, and I'll be just wrong in front of all your eyes, and it won't be the first time that I was wrong. But I think these are gonna do fairly well for the most part, because it's a classic shoe. We've seen what's happened recently with some of these Nike retros, like the Deion Sanders, but this is just a very, very classic sneaker within the realm of the Air Max 1, as I stated before, Deion Sanders, those old Nike retros that bring back the shoe to its closest form possible. And that's what they tried to do with this particular release. Now, these originally released back in 1991 and was designed by Tinker Hatfield. This is the Ultramarine colorway, and some have said, from what I've done some research on, that this shoe became very popular by Michael Jordan when he wore the Concord colorway during the Barcelona Olympics in 1992. These, as stated before, they'll release back in 1991, and it was the first time that the air unit itself was actually put on the outsole of the shoe. So we were literally stepping on air for the first time when it came to the Air Max 180. It's also the first time that we've seen the air unit featured in a 180 degree, and it's, as stated before, just literally stepping on air for the very first time. You've seen Air Max 1s where we've seen the air unit, the bubbles on the side, the Jordan 4s, but there's always a lot of layering and different layers that went on with the shoe. With this one in particular, as stated before, the air unit is literally embedded right there on the outsole. There's literally nothing there. It's just rubber, but it's like, it's just the outsole and then the air unit. It's not the outsole, then layer cushioning and all this type of stuff. No, you're literally stepping on the air. If you don't know, these did retro, like I stated before, though, May 25th for a retail price point of $150, and they decided to go with this shoe as close as possible to its original debut, and one of the things I think in particular that was changed or made to make it closer was the bigger bubble, as seen also with the Air Max 1 big bubble. Now, with that being said, on the box it reads Nike Air 180 white/ultramarine solar red, and the shoe itself is phenomenal. Very lightweight, but very comfortable. Even though it is a 33-year-old shoe, it is a very nice and comfortable shoe till this day. And you get a little bit of everything when it comes to this, and you see a lot of shoes that have definitely taken part from this design moving forward. One in particular, when I see this shoe, when I see the 180, I think a lot about the Air Max, I want to say it's the Air Max 93, which featured very similar style as far as like the tongue, that neoprene type of material, and this, even the paneling of the shoe reminds me a lot of that one as well. But you also see, even on the back here, some of similarities what you see to kind of be featured on the Air Max 90. So I guess more so this was probably borrowing some of that inspiration, because Air Max 90, this is a 1991 shoe. But fast forward, we have this one coming out. Hopefully we see some more releases down the pipeline of this shoe, because it's a classic shoe. I think it's a very good shoe for the spring and summer, and it's very comfortable, and $150 is not a bad price point when you compare it to everything else right now going for $200. As far as materials go, it's almost like a felt material being utilized on what you can see to be, kind of seem to be like a whitish gray type of color. It's not pure white, but this paneling here, that is the white that you see featured here, 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 here and here. It's more of a mesh. More so right here is more of a, feels almost to me like a nylon mesh, but right here on this part, there's actually a more different style of mesh that's actually more breathable and somewhat see-through. You could see through it a little bit more for more ventilation, obviously, for giving you more, this perspiration within the feet and within the sole. You also have a tongue that is attached to the insoles of the sneaker, almost like it is somewhat, as we call it, the booty, but it does not come out on the back end. So the booty kind of stops right here and the heel is free to move. Whereas like the 93, I believe, the Air Max 93, it kind of engulfs it. Also, like seen featured on the Jordan 7, which is that inner booty shoe. So it's like it is a inner booty in some aspects, to my opinion. but it's like a slip-on. You slide into it, and then the tongue itself is not free. It's attached to the actual insole or underneath the insole of the shoe to keep you that, you know, that lockdown type of feel. You also have what seems to be, as far as that material utilized, very similar to what is utilized on the toe box, but in my opinion, it's a little bit more elastic and gives me more so of a neoprene type of feel, and I love that. You also have the 180 design logo, and you have air underneath it, and those are debossed and embossed, so you got a little bit of debossing and embossing basically. So yeah, it's basically a little bit of both, because I want to say the 180 is this. No, the 180 is debossed and embossed, half and half. So you got a little bit of play going on right there with that, but there's also some print going on as well. A very lightweight shoe, and like I stated before, this isn't like a shoe that has much construction, or I would say this material on the inside. Like, as you guys can see when you're wearing this, this is not a shoe that's gonna have much material on the toe box. You're gonna have a lot of, when you're moving, it's gonna crease. It's gonna crease up, it's gonna bend, it's gonna move. It's not gonna hold its shape in some aspects, and it might not look good for everybody's feet out there. So just keep that in mind. This isn't the shoe that kind of holds its form, as you may know from the majority of the shoes out there. It's more so in line, kind of like with the Flyknit, but even the Flyknit material is more sock based, where this is, it's just flimsy. It's flimsy, but it's not cheap flimsy. This is just how the shoes were meant back then. It wanted to give you flexibility, so when you're moving, you're not too restricted, but at the same time you are held down to the sneaker. And at the same time, I'll be honest, I'm not no damn runner, so I don't know all the science behind this. Aesthetically, like, you know, it's a very pleasing looking shoe. As far as the Nike swoosh on here, for the most part, it's, I ain't gonna lie to you, this one, this material, it's like a, I don't want to call this leather. I don't think this is leather. Bro, I can't even describe this material. I've felt this material before, but I can't describe it, so forgive me. I'm not a materiologist at the end of the day. The insole, you have a like more fleece material featured on there with the blue insole, and then you also on the inside have the Nike International logo, and that insole is a solar red insole with the blue International logo featuring there. Overall, I think it's a very nice looking shoe. This one in particular is a size 9. That's what I was able to get my hands on at the time. You guys know me, I'm a size 8.5 and 9. So more than likely, if I haven't even tried it on, but we're gonna do that now, because I know sizing matters. Actually, I did try this one on. I think I tried this one on the Got 'em. It feels great. You can go true to size. I could go with the 8, and I would like to go with the 8, but I'm okay with the 9. My toe was like a little bit like in between basically the blue and the edge of the thread right here, so I had a little bit of space. I like my shoes snug, so that's what I prefer, but it's not nothing big and nothing out of the ordinary, and I'm okay with the size 9. So you can go true to size. I am at 8.5, size 9 in between, but I prefer my 8.5. So I would tell you to go with what you prefer. Don't go for the bigger size up just because I'm telling you I'm having a size 9 here. Size 8.5 is what I would prefer here. But let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. As always, I love y'all, I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. It's your boy Tonyd2wild. I'm checking in, I'm checking out. Peace.